Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skill, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator and see who's the better one when head on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, the fearless leader of the Grey Mercenaries, the one and only protagonist who is not of noble birth, Ike! And standing on the right corner, the Crown Prince of Husbando, the peerless samurai, the Lobster King, Ryoma! And here we go, the two best swordsmen going head to head. Ragnar vs Raijinto, mercenary vs samurai. Who is the better husbando of them all? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, stats and skills. Let's start with their basic stats total. Ike has a BST of 158, and Ryoma's BST is also 158. It's a draw. What about their rating after weapons and skills? Ike's total rating is 174, and same goes to Ryoma. It's another draw. Next is their hit points. Ike has 42 HP, and Ryoma has 41! Ike broke the deadlock! 1-0 to Ike. How about their attack then? Ike's attack is 35 plus 16, and Ryoma is 34 plus 16. 2-0! Ike scores again. Let's look at their speed now. Can Ryoma break Ike's streak? Ike's speed is 31, and Ryoma is 35. Ryoma finally scores 2-1. Now to their defense. Ike has 32 points in defense, and Ryoma has 27. Ike is extending the lead again. The score is now 3-1. Next, resistance. Whose magic defense is higher? Ike's resistance is 18, and Ryoma is 21. 3-2. Currently, Ryoma is trailing behind by 1 point. Can he turn the table around with his specials and skills? But before that, let's look at their weapon. Ike wields the Divine Blade, Ragnar, and Ryoma wields the legendary Raijinto. Both weapons has a mic of 16 and has an added ability that allows the wielder to counter-attack foes disregarding distance. Other than the appearance and name, they are the exact same weapon, so it's a draw. Next, we will compare their special. Ike has Ether, a special that resolves combat as if foes suffer defense resistance minus 50% and recovers HP equal to 50% of the damage dealt. As for Ryoma, he has Astra that grants 150% to damage dealt. Both special has a high trigger count of 5, and one of it is way superior than the other, which is Ike's, 4-2. Let's move on. We will be only looking at their passive A, since one of them does not have the passive in B or C to be compared. Ike has Heavy Blade and Ryoma has Defiant Attack. The former reduces his special trigger count every time he attacks under the condition that his attack is higher than his foes. The latter grants a plus 7 on attack if the holder's HP is 50% or less at the start of each turn. Which is the better passive of the two? Obviously, Heavy Blade. Another point for Ike. And that's the end to round 1. With a score of 5 against 2, the winner of round 1 is Ike! Just by looking at the scoreline, it looks kinda one-sided. Can the Lobster King make a comeback? Let's find out in round 2, head-on fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the Fire Emblem Heroes damage calculator by Redditor Rocketmo. For the first fight, we are just going to let them brawl with their default skills and Ivy with no buff. Let's have a look at the result. Ike slaughtered Ryoma both during initiation and defending thanks to his passive B skill, Sword Breaker. So, 1 point for Ike. What about we give them their best recommended build? For Ike, his best build would be Ragnar, Fury, Vantage, and Moonbow. As for Ryoma, his best build is the same as Ike's. The result this time? No one gets to 1-round KO their opponent. However, whoever initiates first gets to vantage kill their foes during defending phase. There's various other builds that Ike and Ryoma could use to take each other down, such as giving quick repose, sword breaker, life and death, but there isn't any one build that is far superior than the other. Shall we call it a draw for the best build? However, Ike already has a point in the default build category. Hence, the winner for the head-on battle goes to Ike! Before we proceed to the next segment, let's recap the result. Ike has won the first 2 rounds, leaving Ryoma with no win. Could Ryoma win the last round to avoid a complete defeat? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this round, we will be using the Mass Battle calculator by Endukrandu to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. Whoever gets the most kill is the winner. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. And the result? Ike draws 10, lose 33, and win 103. What about Ryoma? He draws 9, lose 55, and wins 82. Ike kills 21 more units than Ryoma when initiating. Would Ryoma have done better if he defended first? Apparently, yes. Ryoma gets 3 more kills than Ike if enemy initiates first. However, if you take into the account of huge difference in kill count during initiation, you have to give it to Ike. 1-0. Now let's see the result for their best build. Ike draws 4, lose 12, and wins 130. As for Ryoma, he draws 0, lose 13, and wins 133. Ryoma performs slightly better than Ike this time. Will the result be any different if they defend first? And here's the result. Ike draws 1, lose 11, and wins 134. What about Ryoma? He draws 0, lose 13, and wins 133. So close! Ike has 1 more kill than Ryoma when defending, but if total up the kill count for initiation and defending, Ryoma kills 2 more than Ike. Hence, the result for the last round concluded in a draw. However, the victor has long been decided. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this episode, My Waifu or Husbando, is better than yours is none other than Ike! What an interesting outcome. Even though it's a complete victory for Ike, but that doesn't mean Ryoma is weak in any way. Just by looking at his mass battle result will be enough to convince people on how good is he. Just so you know, we are comparing arguably the best 2 swordsmen in the game. What do you think about the result? Who do you think should have been the better Husbando? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you same time next week.